Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Cendrex CTR access panel. This is an incredibly interesting access panel from Cendrex. It is a very unique panel to them, and let me go about explaining it. First of all, the CTR is their contour style. The contour style is basically a hybrid of a standard type with a flange, and gives you the ability to conceal the flange like you would with a drywall tapeable style flange or a wall bead sort of flange. Here's what I mean. So here's the profile of the door, just looking at it here. And that is the door itself. All of this area that you see here. The flange, which exists, is behind here. This is the flange. Okay? When you have this panel, the door, sitting right on top of the flange, it won't hinge open properly, except that Cendrex has solved that problem with this unique style hinge that you can see here, which throws the pivot point off, so you can see how it is pulled away from the door, away from the wall, allowing you to have the very clean appearance of a taped flange in a drywall application and seeing only the door. Saving the time and labor is the short answer to the question, and that is accomplished via this pentagraph style hinge that they have. I like this panel a lot. Yes, it does indeed cost more, but if you need to tape flanges, it, in my opinion, costs less in the long run. But it's a lot more, it's significantly more attractive because it becomes much more concealed as a result of not seeing that flange around the entire door. Okay, this is a 12 by 12 size, is what this is. The CTR is what they call the newest generation of all-purpose access panels, easy to install, and will blend into a non-rated application. This is not fire rated. European style hinge, they call it, allows the door with its beveled edges to close over the flange, as we demonstrated earlier, thus avoiding the additional labor to mud or plaster over the flange. The CTR features a truly cohesive appearance due to its well-integrated design of concealing the space between the panel and the flange. So let's talk some specifics about this. 16 gauge cold roll steel, that is typical. That hinge, again, concealed, exclusive hinge design. Typical sort of lock that you're going to have on this is their dash 35. It's just a screwdriver style lock. Here we go. I will operate that from the outside. Just screwdriver style is all that is. High quality white powder coat primer is what this is, intended to be finished painted, but it's very attractive. And every time a panel comes from Cendrex, the finish is always, it's tempting to not even paint it, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, there are several stock sizes that are available from Cendrex that are typically ready to ship within 24-48 hours. 8 by 8, 10 by 10, 12 by 12, 16 16, 18 18, 24 24. Let's talk what options you can do on this. You can get this in stainless steel. Okay, you can get this with gasketing if it is an application that would be in an exterior sort of situation. You might want to have it gasketed. You can get a key operated cylinder lock as well. You can use these for wall or ceiling, okay, but again, not for fire rated applications. And the sell point on this is just the fact that it is something that you don't have to exert the time and energy to tape mud, tape over, finish over those flanges. Okay, your rough opening requirement, I'm going to pull that up here, that is important to know. Very typical. It's 1/4 inch. It's very simple. The Cendrex runs slightly smaller than all other manufacturers I can think of. So this 12 by 12, you'll have to be at 12 1/4, 12 1/4. Okay. For drywall, I like this option a lot. And for instances where it's not incredibly price sensitive, I would opt for this. It's significantly more attractive. So Cendrex, you might be getting the impression that I'm partial to them. Well, I am. Below this video is a link to their product catalog, their manufacturer's page, I should say. And then from there, you can pull up the product catalog. The product catalog is over the several years that I have looked at manufacturers' product catalogs. I can say that the Cendrex catalog is one of the most logically constructed catalogs that I've ever reviewed. It's very simple and straightforward. Their link to their product catalog is very handy because at the bottom of the catalog, it shows all of the different options that are available on this door. And of course, the preceding pages are all the different door types. What's handy about that, for instance, you can look at all the lock sets, all of the different options in terms of handles, the material that it can be made of, stainless, galvanized, aluminum, gasketing options, other options. There are tables below all of those areas that show the vertical of the option type and then the horizontal, the row of the door type. So you can see immediately what is permissible on a CTR. For instance, you might say to yourself, you know what? I need a CTR, but I want it to be, I want it to have gasketing, or I want it to be louvered. You can see immediately that that's permissible, and that we can work towards getting an order fulfilled for that material. So the catalog is incredibly logically laid out. They have a significant inventory on hand. They're able to ship very fast. They have warehouses across the United States that if we don't have it in stock, we can drop ship from. Their strong suit in the industry of access panels is most anything can be made, or most access panels, standard items can be made in 5 days, and most any access panel can be made in 10. And that's industry leading. I'm also partial to them because of their excellent customer service. I'm able to pick the phone up and get basically ownership on the telephone. Their local rep here in Chicago is also excellent. He's very responsive, very knowledgeable. And when you have people like that standing behind the product, whether it's one access panel or 500, or you're going to use them in a long-term situation with, whatever sort of building that you're doing, they're a name that I would not hesitate to suggest that you review further. Anyway, the Cendrex CTR. This is their Contour Series access panel used in those applications where you have drywall and you don't want to mud or tape the flange. If you have any questions on the Cendrex CTR or any other Cendrex product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.